What's up, Scoop Podcast? I'm your host, Erica Crouppen, and on today's episode, I have two co-hosts. I have William and Levi from Swoop Scoop. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
This is crazy. This podcast is going to be unhinged, I guess.
Sounds right.
We're just going to talk. We're going to see where it goes. I'm super excited. I'm actually in Spokane, Washington right now, clear across the country.
Woo-woo.
I know. So thank you, guys. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, thank you for making Spokane famous, finally.
That's right.
Whoop, whoop. The guy at the hotel that I was chatting with wanted to tell me about the movies that were supposedly filmed here, but actually weren't. And I was like, hey, I got to go. I'm actually late for filming. I need to go. No, actually, we were hiking. And then I was actually an hour early because I messed up my times.
What movies were those?
Great question. Tag, and then what was that other one you brought up?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the movie Tag?
I haven't seen Tag.
It was good.
No.
I've heard of Red Dawn. I don't know if I've seen it, though.
It's just where they invade America, and then Spokane puts up the resistance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I know the Z Nation, if you guys have heard of that. It's like the zombie thing where they invade.
Okay.
That was
and then there was a Macklemore video here. There's
Yeah.
There's a few things, not a lot. Father's Day came from Spokane though, so that's what we got.
Well, we have Eminem down in Detroit. Or
Yeah.
over in
It's hard to
Detroit.
compete with that.
Yeah.
I know, right. So, you guys, what's going on? Why am I here? How did this all happen? Who wants to go? So basically, you guys know, I started my YouTube channel back in the day, and people started watching the channel, and William and Levi started watching the channel, and then I made a video, and I was talking about being a 6-figure pooper scooper, and then I think it was you, William, that was like, I'm a 7-figure pooper scooper.
Uh-huh.
If you want to chat, let me know. And I was like, say less, let's chat. And from there, these guys have been fan favorites on the podcast and have been so kind. And then the school Poop Scoop Millionaire has been developed, which is helping so many people within the community. And then you guys brought me out here, and we did some filming today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not today, but the past couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
which that was really cool. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, let me first just say, if I may, that's just so how cool the internet is in this industry. You know, you get to meet people from all over, and you know, we've developed a really nice friendship over the course of her getting here a couple days ago, and just meeting online. And for those of you who probably know, we've watched her videos before we even started, and so it's just been an awesome experience just meeting you two, Erica.
So I have a question. Do I seem like the same person online as in person?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not cool
What you
online.
see is what you get.
What about us?
Yeah, you guys are the same.
Okay.
Levi, you're a little wilder than I thought. Levi's
I
a
need
good
my
time.
glass of water.
That's so funny. So So why do you guys think it's important to build community and have other business owners around you?
There's a lot of reasons why it's important to have other business owners around you and kind of build that community, especially in that emerging industry, kind of like the pooper scooper industry. It's been around for a little bit, but I don't think anybody's really cracked all the best practices yet. So if you're able to build a community, whether it's on YouTube or another platform or meet up in person, it's a great opportunity to kind of spread those ideas around and kind of help grow the whole industry as a whole, more or less, I would say.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Just to add on to him too, there's, you can learn something from everybody. I'm a firm believer of that. Just talking with people has been so valuable within the PSM community, or just calling people around the country. When we first started, I didn't know what tools to use. I didn't know anything, right? What softwares or whatever. William found us a great software, but I didn't know the tools or how does it work in the wintertime? So I called companies all around the country. I talked to a guy from Buffalo where it snows as much as us, if not more, and he told me how it worked. And, that's basically how we started learning best practices, was talking to other business owners. So, nobody's truly self-made, I don't think, and, you can learn something from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's true. When I first got started, there wasn't a lot of content online, but I had reached out to Jim, King of Pooh. So he chatted with me, and then I was talking to Jessica from Pause to Bark. Even though, Jessica, I know you listen. She was really standoffish at first. She's like, I don't really know about this girl, but now we're best friends, and we talk pretty much every day. So it was really cool. I like that.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about some advice for entrepreneurs just getting started. If somebody, for instance, is like, I have started. I got my LLC. I'm ready to move forward. What would you say the first thing that they should do is?
So for me, the most important thing and probably the first thing you can do is try to actually make money. uh, it sounds a little ridiculous, but you need to go out there and you need to start like selling stuff, even if you don't have everything put together. Like if you're not making sales, you don't have a business. You just have a, I don't know, some people say you have a hobby, but you have a money burning machine otherwise. So that's probably what I would say. Like start actually making money, get some sales, and then once you get those customers, then you get those sales, and you can start fixing the issues with your operations because you don't actually know what's broken until you
Mm-hmm.
start running people through the pipeline.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going to say the same thing. That's why I guess we're partners. But to add on to that too, I mean, I think a lot of people fall short, and it's not your fault, but a lot of people fall short on the execution. Like me and William are like really firm believers of just execute. So like the main thing you should be worried about when you start a business, it could be literally any business, right? Is how do I get customers? Sales, sales, sales. Don't get so caught up on the slogan, or like the business cards, the design. Like that's just minuscule stuff, right? Just focus on having a nice name, a solid logo, but you really need to focus on how am I going to get customers because you could spend weeks on that other stuff, and then when it comes time to like hit the pavement, you're nervous, you're scared, and then nothing happens for months, right?
Yeah, and I will add on that too. It's not that those things aren't important. It's just not as important when you're first starting off. If you want to be like a big business and build a big brand, you're definitely going to need to have all that stuff like buttoned up and looking good and super polished. But it's going to be like millions of dollars down the road before that starts making a pretty big impact.
Yeah, it took me a while to get my nice branding. I mean, I had like 4 or 5 logos, different designs until Adam finally did the one that I have now that I'm super proud of. I have the hot pink. Everything looks very good. It's very like cohesive. But I agree. Just get started. I had $1,000. I went and got some cheap business cards, hit the ground running, and I would shamelessly plug my business. Anybody that would listen to me, like, hi, I scoop dog poop. Do you have a dog? And I think that's what a lot of people, they get scared. They want to. I don't know. I don't understand what goes on when people are like, I want to start a business, but I don't really want to tell people about it. How are you supposed to sell?
Right. Like, yeah, you should be doing the opposite. Make a list of every single person you know, and then call them up, let them know, try to get them signed up. Maybe if you give them a couple free cleanups or whatever, and if it makes sense for them to sign up, then you have a customer, and then get the people you know to make a list of 2 to other 3 people they know and get their phone numbers, and you start to branch off like a giant tree, right? And then that's how you can get some customers for free. Too.
Or even better, you sell people before you even start.
How do you do that?
You just do what Levi said before you start, and then you build a list, and then you say, we're starting on this date. So that's something that we do before we open a new location. We'll actually pre-advertise in a location for a couple weeks, and we'll build up like a full route almost before we even open. So, yeah, it doesn't have to just apply to brand new businesses. If you're an existing business and you want to go in a new market or expand your route slightly, that's a good strategy as well.
Oh, I like that. So what would you do? Say, for instance, you've been in business for a while and you're trying to hire, right? You're trying to do like employee management. I think this is kind of your wheelhouse, Levi. What would be some tips for somebody that's needing to hire?
Like their first few hires?
Let's say it's their first hire, that first key person.
Yeah, I think you need to have a good screening process, number one. You need to have like a criteria that you're looking for. You need to have solid interview questions, and you need to be kind of picky with the people you choose. Like it's a low barrier to entry, right? We're not hiring electricians or engineers or anything like that, but you still need great people on your team. They need to have a great attitude, ideally, preferably like experience that's relevant, maybe working outside or some sort of labor task, right? Or they have delivery driving experience. Something like that. I've hired great people who came out of Walgreens. They worked there for 4 years, but I guess mathematically speaking, it usually works out better if somebody has kind of like relevant experience to that. So I think you should have some hiring criteria. You need to be doing background checks on your people, driving record checks. And yeah, just trying to dig deep into who the person is, and so they'll actually fit into your culture, whatever culture that you build for your company.
You can almost look at it the same way as acquiring customers. You have a funnel for acquiring customers. You should build out a funnel the same way for when you're acquiring talent as well. So instead of posting ads on Google or Facebook, you're posting ads on like Indeed, And so you got the hiring process and the training process that's similar to the onboarding process for your clients and actually fulfilling service. So it works pretty much the same way. And as you're scaling up, that's pretty critical to have both of those funnels filled up.
Yeah, really important to do it like as it happens too. You don't want to have this problem with no procedures in place, like William's talking. You want the funnel like as soon like before you need it, right? Like build it as you're hiring your first person or right before, and then you'll have it a systemized like approach for every new hire after that. You don't want to have 5 people on the team and not have a clear cut thing, because you want to ideally automate your business and streamline it. It wants to be turnkey. Like I always kind of learn, like I was always taught, like build your business as if you were going to sell it, right? But not to say you're going to sell it, but make sure that it's set up where everybody has their roles and their tasks, and it's so you can actually train somebody on that task so you can do other things.
Yeah.
Did you read that book called Built to Sell?
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't either, but I heard it's a good book. Have you read it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if I've read a book since like school.
Yeah.
I think somebody just posted in the Poop Scoop Millionaire. They asked what everybody's favorite book was, and mine was the Facebook because it made me the most money.
That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. We were talking earlier. I don't know if it's okay to talk about this, but the ride along. Can I tell that story?
Yeah.
So I do ride alongs, and I bring people on, and they know that I am the owner of the business. But we were talking, and I think moving forward, I'm not going to really put that out there that I'm the owner. That way, I can kind of get the real vibe of the person to see if they're gonna, see what they're gonna say, or see how they're gonna kind of like slack off a little bit to see if they're the good person to hire. I think when they know that they're riding with the boss, maybe they're like a little bit more nervous the first time. So I'm gonna give that a shot.
Yeah. It's more yes sir, no sir if they think you're the boss, right? But if they just think you, it's more like it's like an undercover boss thing, right? They ride with you, and then I've had so many people. I don't tell anybody. I don't really advertise it that, oh hey, I'm the owner, or I'm the co-owner. But and then immediately within 5 minutes when I'm in the car, they're like, so is this company crap or is it good? Or they just start telling you like all these things that they'd never tell the supervisor, right? So you learn a lot about somebody if you kind of keep it low key too. So that's why my ride-alongs have been pretty successful as well. So
Yeah, that's cool. I for a while there, I just want to be like, I'm the boss. I own this company, because we started it. I was young. I looked young, and there'd be times where people would come out and they would talk to Josh, or they would talk to this older woman that I had working for me, and they'd be like, "No, actually, she's the one that's the boss." I think now it's like time to let the ego go a little bit and see how things ride out for the next year.
Yeah, like I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody in the car, on the way back, and you're just having a conversation, asking questions like, what interested you in this job? And they're like, well, yeah, I'm just trying to find something until I find the next thing. They would have never told that to the guy who was running the place, right?
Yeah.
So just food for thought for everyone out there. Be the undercover boss.
Let's talk about customer retention. I don't know about you guys, but this summer was a tad bit tough. It was tough in my business. Just while I was here, I lost a handful of customers. So what are you guys doing to kind of keep these customers on board as things are kind of getting a little tight right now for people's pockets?
Yeah, so as far as customer retention goes, there's not really a silver bullet to fixing that problem. It's going to be a lot of like little tiny things. So we implemented things like free bucket service for people that tried to cancel. We're implementing things like quarterly billing, because longer billing cycles typically have lower churn rates. Quite a few other things. We got like a whole list of stuff.
There's so many. I'm just trying to remember. I mean, there's a lot. We're redeveloping our scripts. We're putting out automated drip sequences we're giving people cancellation credits if they want to come back through email, right? They only have X amount of time to use it. I mean, we're doing so many things. I just forget.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you got like the upsells and the downsells. If somebody wants to cancel, we'll try to downsell them into a lower service frequency that's a little bit more affordable for them. Maybe they're not getting enough service, so we'll upsell them into higher service frequency. So that's probably the first thing. And then the other thing that helps quite a bit is service flexibility. So we offer like twice weekly, so we can actually come out to a lot of customers' houses on a more flexible schedule than before. So like if we don't line up with their mowing schedule or things like that, we can accommodate them if they need to switch days. So that's been a pretty big one for us as well.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things to just recognize with like customer retention, it's always cheaper to keep a customer happy than to acquire a new one.
That's funny. They say that about wives. Cheaper to keep her.
Yeah, that's true.
So funny. Don't edit that out, Mr. Producer. Keep that one in.
Yeah,
It depends how you do your taxes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And then I guess lastly too, we're also trying to integrate ourselves into the community and do more things nice for the community and donating and getting involved with like animal shelters and stuff like that. So that should help. Ideally, it should help a lot too, while also doing a nice thing for people.
Well, why don't you tell us what you think about flying all the way out to Spokane?
Oh yeah. So when you originally like presented the opportunity, I was like, this guy's crazy. I'm like, is he just messing with me or what? Like, is this really serious? I will say, like, at first I was kind of like, I was excited, but I was nervous, and like, a lot of times the emotions are kind of the same. And to come out and like do commercials and film and wear somebody else's logo, I was like, should I be doing this? I'm not really not too sure. But I do my social media stuff, which I absolutely love social media, and that's a side of what's going on right now. So to come out here and have this opportunity, and not only to be able to do what I love, but see how like a multi-million-dollar company runs and operates, and how streamlined you guys are, and how it's so efficient and not a lot of downtime. So I'm able to take this back home and implement that in my life and in my business. So hopefully I can keep growing and I can keep being more successful.
Yeah. For us, it was a total no-brainer to invite Erica out because obviously we're both doing the social media thing with our own YouTube channels. We got the group, but then also she's one of the best video people in the whole industry, and she also happens to be our target demographic, which is female in the 30s to 50s range, late 20s to 50s range. And so by having somebody like that in our ads and in some of our content for Swoop Scoop, I think it's going to make a pretty big impact as far as our conversion rates and really getting the industry awareness out there in our markets.
And I think that's a really good idea to think about that. Like, when you talk to some of the business owners, they're like, I don't know, I just want everybody and anybody. It's important to kind of like get down to it. Who are you speaking to? How are you speaking to them? And really put effort into it, because we filmed for, it was like 2 days. It was a lot of effort, a lot of takes. And I think I didn't realize even how much work goes into something like that, just shooting one video. And as much camera work as I do, it still took it took a day. I mean, the first day was a little rough for me, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was so jet lagged. I didn't even know what my name was.
It tied together really nicely, though. She did an excellent job.
It was good, yeah. And my kids poisoned me, so that wasn't good. Also,
Yeah.
I'm still ill will over here.
If I go down for the next couple of weeks, you guys, it's because of these guys. They got me sick.
Okay, we got enough content to post while you're out. It'll be fun. Yeah.
No, but I appreciate it. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm super excited to see the finished product and just the community just in itself, and get to hang out with other business owners. I mean, this is so cool. I don't get this at home. I really don't.
Yeah, because me and William started, we were just nose to the grindstone, just like not doing any of this stuff, and like, it's just. After a couple of years, it gets lonely, because it's such a small niche, and like you can't really talk about this with anybody else. Like it's just me and William. I maybe talk about it with my family a little bit, but it's nice to be able to network with other people, because we're all in it together. We only know what each other's going through. Nobody else would.
Yeah. Well, and people that own businesses are not the same as everybody else, so it's even hard to talk to people that don't have a business because they just don't understand. So.
No, because your brain's, it's continuously going. And I know I struggle with that. My husband's being a lot better because he started his business. And so now he doesn't understand the full like aspect of it, because he did go back to his other job, but he's running the one on the side. But now he can sympathize more, and we can have conversations about it. But it's not like he will stay up all night talking business with me. There's like a cutoff. He's like, all right, Erica, like I'm done. And I'm like, but I got all these ideas, man.
Yeah.
So it's cool to run it by other business owners.
Write them down so you don't lose them.
That's right.
Or write it down in a place where you won't lose them, because I've written so much stuff down, like lost the notebook, like a dummy.
Yeah, we got like a gajillion like Excel lists or Word doc lists.
Too many.
Yeah, you guys were talking about that on our hike. They took me on this wonderful hike so high up. I thought I was going to die. But we made it, so it was beautiful. What was the mountain called?
It was the Tower Mountain, is what it's called here. Isla Creek Conservatory area.
Yeah, Iowa Creek, Tower Mountain. It's like a radio tower, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we hiked up that bad boy, and I thought for sure we could talk business. I couldn't talk. I was like puffing and puffing. And then there was a rock, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys, I'm Fred Heights.
It was a big rock. It wasn't just like a rock.
It was like the tallest rock in the area.
It was a boulder.
Yeah.
Dude, it was huge.
It's literally called Big Rock.
Big rock.
That's what it's called. That's what it's called.
It was super cool. You said you had walked it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And then how many times have you done it?
Twice, and I biked up it once.
And it's so cool because it's like it's right down the street from their house, which is insane because in Michigan, like we don't have anything like that. I was like, I was born in the wrong state. I definitely because this is awesome. It's so peaceful.
The West is best. That's what they say.
There's a reason why so many people are moving to like the Pacific Northwest. It's just a different vibe. A lot less people, more mountains, fresh air.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Well, and when more people are moving to your city, it's good for business. So we got to promote Spokane. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Also, like I see it in the spreadsheets. Don't quote me, but I wouldn't be surprised if half of our client list is just out of state area codes. So it's just a growing and growing area, for sure.
I wish I was good with spreadsheets. I don't like them. I don't know.
Me too. William does all those.
All right, so tell us a story about the biking trail when you biked it.
Okay, so I have a personal trainer I see, and he had some buddies. They're like, hey, we're just going to go up this little hill, south of town or whatever. I was like, okay, sure. And then I have like a road bike. It's not even like for the mountains or anything like that. It's like these tires that are like this thin. Everybody shows up with like tires this fat, and they're just like ready to go. And so we go up, and the dude who was like running the group, I don't think he's actually been up there in that area. And there was basically a fork in the right when you start the trail. There's a right or left, and then there's a map. And then he's like, I think we need to go left. I was like, I don't know. It looks kind of like not a biking trail. And then he was like, no, I'm pretty sure this is right. And so we all just followed. Within like 2 minutes of going up on our bikes, we were getting weird looks from people coming down, like the why are you on this side of the trail look. And then we probably realized after 15 minutes, because we were like pushing our bikes up half the way, that it was not the biking trail. Or excuse me, it was the walking trail. So we should have went the other way. So I was like max heart rate for 2 hours up the hill. It was a really fun time.
It's so funny that nobody said that or said anything to you, because in Michigan you would have got lit up like quickly.
Yeah.
You don't play out there.
Yeah. We bombed down the hill though. We bombed on the way down. It was fun. So yeah.
Nice.
It was even worse because my friend, he doesn't bike very often, so he was the only one that he forgot his helmet, so I gave him my helmet.
Oh.
So I was it was interesting. So
That's like the Poop Scoop Millionaire hoodie that you gave me. You're so generous. Thank you.
I
know, so kind.
Yeah.
How do you create viral content for your business? Or just content in general? Like, what's your approach when you guys do videos?
I'm a month in. Don't look at me.
So Reels. You want to make sure that you're posting videos, and you want to post Reels. Those like little stagnant photos that you make in Canva, those are good filler runs, but don't spend a ton of time doing that. You're out in the field. Capture some videos of what you're doing. It's authentic, it's natural, it's in the moment, and the algorithm loves that kind of stuff. And I know it's hard because like we're working and we're just trying to get done with it. But you have to think content first. Keith Kalfas taught me that, because you need to keep marketing and advertising your business to keep feeding that pipeline, because eventually you will start to slow down. You're going to start losing customers, just like me, right? I'm guilty of this as well because I get so overwhelmed, but we just have to be super intentional with our time. And keep on chucking with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it depends a little bit too on what type of business you're promoting. So I don't make any, or I guess I'm not in the ads or making videos for like Swoop Scoop, but I do for the Poop Scoop Millionaire. So some things that help the content get pushed further is a little bit of controversy, which there can be in the poop scoop industry too, because you have all those people out there that are like, oh, you shouldn't have a dog if you like can't pick up after them, and that kind of thing. And then when I'm making videos about how much money you can make in the industry, like there's a lot of people that don't think that is possible, and we have a pretty good time in the comment section. That just makes our views go up and up and up and up. So
Yeah, I think I just kind of find it funny when people say stuff like that. You know, we all have our guilty pleasures, right? Our one service we all use or something. You know, so
Mhm.
I think that's going to definitely change, especially over as the years come. This is a very progressive industry that we're in, the poop scoop. So as more and more people like see the service at their neighbor's house, it's just going to become like accepted in the community. A perfect example of this would be like when we first started. We had like our first wrapped vehicle and I was in it and I just saw like people pointing and
Yeah.
laughing at it, you know, just like everybody. And then as the months like came and stuff, like people stopped doing that. So that's how I knew we were actually becoming kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, it helps that we have like 20 vehicles that are wrapped now driving around the state. So
Yeah, you have to send me that so we can do an overlay.
yeah. Well, it's just our one location. So
Well, and too, like just like creating awareness that the service is available and making them feel safe and confident that you're going to do a good job. I mean, safe housekeeping, a housekeeper that has been around forever, right? And I think it was probably like a month ago. You and we were chatting, and I said something about cleaning the house, and he was like, "Well, why don't you hire somebody to clean your house, and you can make more videos?" And I was just standing there, and I'm like, I should. I should. But as a woman, I'm like, no, that's my duty. I'm supposed to be cleaning the house. But then I asked Josh about it. He's like, I've been telling you that for forever. Like, you're better at making videos than cleaning this house anyways. I'm like, you're right.
Ouch, yeah.
Hey, I can take construction, what is that? Constructive
Constructive
feedback.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay with it. I'm like, okay. So I called my aunt. I was like, hey, do you still clean houses? Which she did not. She didn't clean on Friday because Josh locked the front door. So I'm coming home to a dirty house.
Uh-oh. That's no good. Josh better have that clean by the time you get back.
I know, right? He doesn't listen to the podcast, so he won't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say for me, like I literally don't do anything other than work and like hang out with my kids if I'm not working. Like I get all my groceries delivered, we get everything clean. Like I literally don't know how to do anything else. So, I may have used to at a few years ago, but all that knowledge is gone now. So I got to keep working to keep paying for all that stuff.
That's right. I just had something on my mind from the previous topic. I just
Go
want
for
to
it,
get it
yeah.
out before I forget. But
Yeah.
like, I've even about the people we all have the guilty pleasures of service and whatever. I've ran into people personally, like the people say you shouldn't have a dog if you can't pick up after a dog.
Yeah.
Like I've seen all the time, but in particular, I ran into people where like I was at their house and I did the cleanup or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I originally thought this service was like kind of a joke, but until I hurt my arm and I had to get surgery or something." And then they actually like try the service out and they like just don't cancel. They like it.
Yeah.
So it really kind of shows like hopefully it's like a testimony to like this service is needed. It's important.
Have you guys heard that as much lately, or has that kind of gone away?
It's kind of gone away. It really has. I used to show up on Facebook all the time, but I don't really
haven't
see
seen
stuff
it,
like that
yeah.
anymore for the most part. It used to happen once a day at least, but
Yeah.
now it's like maybe a couple times a month. It's
Yeah.
not even.
No, because we're getting more competition. There's more businesses around, so it's becoming more of a household name. And then what's cool is too, right? So I have brand loyalty. I'm sure you guys have brand loyalty. So when those people are in the comments talking crap, then you get your loyal customers hopping in, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
start going hard, and you're like, get up.
They're either maybe spiteful or jealous or just kind of sad that you're not in the spot that they are, maybe something like that. So just the key is to execute and maybe have a simple plan and then just learn, like we talked about earlier. Just along the way, you'll learn and you'll because nothing's perfect.
Yep. I mean, I think we still have friends from like high school that have been talking about starting their own business for like 10 years now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to go and start, right? Because the first business you start is probably not going to be the last business that you have. And you're going to learn a lot throughout the way and just do better and better next time. But you're not going to know how to do better. Kind of like when we were talking about getting sales through your system, right? Like you're kind of the business and you got to get that experience to see what's broken or see what information that you need to get to expand that knowledge set to actually be successful.
Right, because when you're starting a business, you got all the hats, right? You're the HR, you're the accountant, you're the hiring person, you're the operations guy. I mean, you're literally everything, and you don't know everything about everything, right? So, and that's what's hard too about being a one-person show. It's nice for us to be able to, like William and I, to be able to bounce stuff off, like ideas off each other all the time, and that's we have different skills and stuff too. So it's nice having a two-person show. But it's even harder for folks who it's just them.
but we do have to make twice as much money to make the same amount of money.
That's very true too.
That's true.
An important detail for those at home.
But it's been really cool to see both your guys' perspective and how you guys just bounce ideas off of each other. I'm like, man, I love that. I love that you guys can do that, and you just roll with it. You guys have also been friends for a really long time too, so
Yeah,
that helps. Yeah, well, and we're not necessarily passionate about scooping up dog poop either. It's
Speak for
it's
yourself,
about. That's true. Yeah, Levi started off scooping up rocks for fun, so I guess that's true.
There's something really valuable about like having two people with like the accountability factor too. If you have two really motivated people, you can kind of keep each other motivated and make sure that the goals are being met too. It takes a ton of drive to have a one person like successful business. I mean, it's next level.
Have you guys ever had a big blowout? Like button heads?
Just at the casino that one time. That was it.
Okay, that story's not going on the podcast.
No.
Give it to the people.
No. You need a reason to have us back on for another episode. So there we go. Cliffhanger.
Right. Part 2.
Cliffhanger.
That's so funny. Let's talk about the casino yesterday really quick. How much money did I spend on that machine with one hit? $42?
She lost $100 in like 5 minutes, I think.
It was super quick.
Yeah, and then roulette.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So my dad's like, baby girl, when you go to the casino, you got to put 20 on red. And I was telling Levi, I'm like, I should do the opposite. And if I would have put it on green, which is the opposite of red.
Black's the opposite of red.
So yeah, so it's red and black.
But to the color wheel, to me, is
but
opposite.
The zeros is like a 1 out of 36 chance. So that's like really unlucky.
What
it hit double zeros. It didn't hit red or black. It hit the double zero green, which is like 2% chance of happening.
2.7.
So I lost that, and then I sat down at this machine, and I don't pay attention to details. I thought it was a penny slot. It was a $1 slot, and I was like, max bet.
It was like a $20 slot. It was like
I saw her hit the max bet button, and then I was like, I think she just bet a lot. And then when I looked at the credit, she spent $45 on a spin.
Lost.
Yeah,
she almost hit the jackpot, or not the jackpot. You almost got a bonus on the. It was like bar, and then it spun for.
Yeah, you would have won like 20 grand, and then you wouldn't
out.
have even known. But you lost again at that. So.
Yeah, so we got out of there pretty quickly.
Yeah. It was a pretty accurate depiction of what the casino's like.
Yep.
Actually, let's circle back. Do you have any kind of anything to wrap up the brand loyalty and the customers? Anything to add to that?
One thing for us, which is a big reason why we've been so successful, is we basically dominated our market, and there were other competitors, but now people don't even look for pooper scooper services in our market. They just look up our name because they associate us with the service. So.
Oh, I got to tell you about the airplane story. Can I say that name, or should I not say the old name?
I don't.
Okay, so. Okay, let me tell you guys. So I'm on the flight out here. There's 2 flights. I had to go from Detroit to Seattle to Spokane, and I got bumped up to first class. They're like, "Hey, you want to go to first class?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So I scurried up there. There was this guy sitting next to me, and he was very silent, and I can only be silent for so long. So I was like, "It's very brown here, like the terrain," and he was like, "Oh yeah, those are wheat farms over there." And so we started talking about wheat. Then we started talking about like why I was here, because I don't know, I just wanted to like tell people why I was here. He was like, "Oh, I know a pooper scooper company. It's called like Scoop Troops." And I was like, "That's them." But they had to change their name. They had to do a rebrand. So it's Swoop Scoop. And I'm here to do some advertisements for them. And he's like, "No way." And so we had a nice conversation about that. But it's so crazy. Like I was on an airplane. He knows about the company, you know?
We're kind of like semi-famous. Even like there was a girl that was in some of our ads locally that worked for us, and some random guy walked up to her at the grocery store and like, "Are you the Swoop Scoop girl?"
Yeah, she was like wearing a mask and everything too. I don't know. I was like, how does this guy recognize me, or her rather?
Yeah.
Was she nervous? Was she like, "Oh"?
She's like, "Oh, yeah."
Because me, I would have been like, "Yes, I am. You want my autograph?" Thank you for choosing Swoop Scoop. We're super excited to meet your furry friend and provide you with a 5-star customer experience. All you need to do is fill out the information on this form, and you will receive an instant quote. From there, you can sign up for service and start enjoying a poop-free yard, just like thousands of other dog owners on our route. Pro tip: if you sign up for quarterly billing, you can receive 10% off your service. And don't forget, we offer deodorizer, so if your yard is not smelling as fresh as you would like it, we can take care of that for you. See you soon. That's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But creating that brand awareness, because customers they'll go for you, they'll bat for you when people are trying to dog you, and when people want recommendations, and then that just it snowballs.
Yeah, I mean, me and William have been out of the town, like flying back into Spokane ourselves, and like people have like recognized, like we were like wearing shirts, and they're like, "Oh, we know you guys," or
Yeah.
somebody uses you guys.
No, yeah, I got recognized for the first time the other day. I was on the Alex Hormozy YouTube channel, and some random guy while we were doing a photo shoot just walked up. Were you on Hormozy's YouTube video today? That's freaking sick. Fist bump and just like walks off, and everybody there's like, "What just happened?"
Right.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
How often do you guys wear your company attire?
Like outside of work?
Yeah,
I'm on brand a lot.
repping.
Yeah.
What about you?
Probably not as much because I got multiple companies,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm very much like you. Like I drive my company vehicle, so I'm like crooping, spooping, scooping all day, every day. And same with you.
Yeah, well, I've even had people like they're like, "Why do you wear blue all the time?" I'm like, "It's my company colors."
Yeah.
So it's like
You guys, I painted my nails blue for these fellas. Like it's
pretty
crazy.
close.
that's
Pretty close.
dedication.
It is pretty close.
Yeah.
Let's see. On camera, it looks
It's almost
right.
like the same as the eye.
It looks-
You
monocle
guys
up
are
there.
like the 50 Shades of Blue over
Yeah,
here.
well,
That's
she
true.
put it up to the truck wrap. It was pretty similar.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's true.
Yeah.
And just so people know, like that's a real sign. Everybody thinks it's like
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's fake. Somebody touch it.
Yeah, we both did.
It's the real deal.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing's cool.
Confirmed by Erica and Levi.
I need to get one made.
You should.
I should.
It's cool how it looks. It's like the lights come down, but on the camera. But you know,
I have a couple things to do. John Pajak must not have liked the podcast mic thing. What is it called? The stand. He didn't like it, so he sent me a white one to match. So I need to set that up in the podcast room so it looks really cool. So there's a couple things I want to change in there. And thanks, John, for sending that to me. That was so nice of
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Send me one.
Yeah. Well, your stuff's all very cohesive. It looks good. You got the
We got the white one.
you got the Shure mic.
it works.
Yeah, I want to order one of those. I like that.
Yeah. Well, just like business, like I don't even know how to edit a video or like do anything. And Erica just told me what to buy, and we got started in like a couple days. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like we were saying, you just have to get started and just kind of fumble around. Like you guys can't see it, but we got this microphone on a stack of books. All right, but we're doing it.
It's a pretty not sophisticated, but it works.
Right.
Exactly.
It works. Yeah, we shot a video earlier today in like 20 minutes. Like I just shoot it off to the editor, and I'll probably have to do another 5 minutes of work, and that's it. So be spitting content left and right. Watch out.
Well, seeing how you do it too, I'm like, man, I need to pull myself together. Like I need to be better about it. So it's just really eye opening, and I appreciate you guys. You guys have been cool. It's super like good hosts.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Yeah, I haven't had a gluten attack the whole time I've been here, except for I did eat way too many gluten-free cookies. That was my own doing.
All right. What was your favorite part about being in town?
Oh, I mean, I loved it all, but like a personal thing, I really enjoyed going up on that rock thing and overcoming that fear, because I'm like definitely afraid of heights, so that was like a big deal. And then the second day of shooting, when I was able to really show you guys that I could actually speak.
You brought it home that day. It was good.
Yeah. So lesson learned. I need a day after traveling to collect my thoughts, because apparently jet lag is a real thing.
Well, especially if you're traveling that far.
Yep.
Like 10 hours plus.
Yeah, there was a 4-hour layover in Seattle, and I walked every inch of that airport like 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of our airport?
It's so tiny. It's
Yeah.
so cute.
It's really tiny. I'm kind of surprised, but it is really tiny. Especially going to like Denver Airport or like over in Thailand, they have some big stuff over there.
Atlanta Airport is crazy.
Is it?
I would never want to like navigate that by myself.
Yeah, Tokyo was insane. I flew to Tokyo Airport.
Yeah, you just got
to get
home
to that.
recently, right?
Yeah, speaking of jet lag, I got 16 hours ahead jet lag. It's gnarly. Takes about 2 weeks to recover. I'm on the tail end.
And William's got a gang of kids. They're wild. He got stabbed in the face with a fork earlier.
Yeah, my kid hit me with a left hook last night, and I don't remember anything else. I have a video of it. I'll show you after this.
That's great. Well, I appreciate it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Do you have any last words to say?
No, other than just thank you for coming out. It was a good time. So it was fun for us too to go visit all the kind of Spokane stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, like William said too, just to touch on it, I'm just really happy to meet you because it seems like a long time coming. You know, like
Yeah.
we've been watching your videos like when we started, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty awesome experience.
And I will say, I think we're thinking about it. We might be working about it. We might be putting together like a Vegas meetup for all the pooper scoopers out there. So stay tuned. No promises though.
Dun dun dun. Stay tuned.
No promises. No promises, but maybe. Probably.
Definitely.
2025.
Woo! Gonna get shirts made. All right, cool. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This is an awesome opportunity. A takeaway: if there's somebody that you want to talk to in the poop scooping industry, reach out to them. Just say hi. Don't be scared. I try to post an episode at least every week. And until next time, you guys. Bye.